Welcome back to my booth. Irfan here. January 17th has come and passed, and I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about the brand new launch of Samsung Galaxy S24. What's new, what you've missed, and what all you need to know about the brand new line of Samsung phones. Now, just like Notes Assist in the Galaxy phones can help you summarize all of your jumbled up notes into key points, I went ahead, watched the whole launch event, and then used my RI, my real intelligence, to distill it into the main key points and highlights of the phone, so you don't have to go and watch 75 minutes of people talking about a smartphone. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on a real phone, but I did get my hands on all of the info, so without any further delay, let's proceed. Now the show kicks off with the President TM Rowe introducing Galaxy AI, which was of course the main thing. The whole buzz was about all of that. Now, I'm not at all a fan of Android, but believe me, after watching the event, I'm sold. And I would never even say that jokingly. Now, even though in the keynote, the design aspect was pretty much in the last, but I'll start with that. And I'm going to mainly focus on the Samsung S24 Ultra because whatever the S24 and the S24 Plus has, the Ultra has it and then some extra. And then I'll also point along the way what is missing from the S24 and S24 Plus. The S24 this time will feature a titanium frame following in the footsteps of Apple, just like they usually do. We'll see the same design as the S23 Ultra, but slightly thinner this time, and the front glass is a brand new super tough creation by Corning Gorilla called Armor, 4 times more scratch resistant compared to other flagship models. Now it's going to be a flat AMOLED 2X display, 6.8 inches QHD Plus with a tiny camera island on the front, a refresh rate of up to 120 Hz and a peak brightness of 2600 nits. It will be available in 4 colors and the storage capacities of 256, 512 and 1 TB. I'll be honest, I don't like how the Ultra looks. It's kind of boxy and ugly looking, not really my type. The only time I like a Samsung phone design is when they mimic an iPhone, and that is exactly what they have done with the S24 and the S24 Plus. 6.2 inch FHD Plus in the S24 and 6.7 inches QHD Plus in the S24 Plus. Also available in 4 colors, and I'll tell you right now, that marble grey looks good. The S24 will be available in 128, 256 and 512 GB, and the Plus will have 256 and 512 gigs of memory. The body is aluminum and the front is Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which is not as strong as the Ultra. Now let's talk about the star of the show, clearly the Galaxy AI. I made a video last week about the Gemini AI from Google, and I thought they're going to roll it out first in their own phone, the Pixel, but I was wrong. Apparently the Galaxy AI is based on the base model of Gemini called Nano, and it is pretty much integrated into every aspect of the phone. Starting with phone calls, all the Galaxy S24 models are now capable of translating live calls from one language to another. It will support 13 languages in the start, and it can translate the call on both ends, even if the phone you're calling is a landline. It will also show the transcript of the call in real time in the form of text on screen, and will also remember which language a contact speaks, so you don't have to set it up every time that person calls.
Of course. For how many people?
Table for 2, please.
Mesa para dos, por favor.
¿A nombre de quién?
Under whose name?
Harrison.
Harrison.
Gracias. Nos vemos mañana a las 7 de la tarde.
Thank you. See you tomorrow at 7 p.m.
In my opinion, this is a piece of some real innovation we've seen in years. And I have to applaud Samsung for that, and Google. And by the way, you can do all of this from the native call app of the phone. The live translate feature can also be used for in-person conversations, and it will provide verbal translation as well as written. Now it also carries on to messages where you can message in one language and it will be translated and sent to the receiver in their language, and vice versa. Now the messages now also have an AI assist feature where it will not just suggest text messages, like it won't just suggest what to send, it won't just compile a small text message for you, but it will also show different tones to send the same message. For example, formal or casual or even Shakespearean. The second AI feature of importance is the Notes Assist, believe it or not. I mean, Notes is pretty much the most boring app on any phone, but Samsung has given it a facelift to such a degree that I personally think it is one of the most interesting app on the phone and on any phone for that matter. So imagine this, you're sitting in a lecture or a seminar or a launch event and the presenter goes on for about an hour or more than an hour, and you take down notes just like you would, and now you have to summarize them into key points. It's not easy, right? Well, the Notes Assist helps you with exactly that. You can give it a bunch of jumbled up notes. They can be handwritten or typed. And with the Notes Assist, it will summarize everything into key points with the right formatting and present it to you like a masterfully crafted dish. What's more, it can produce more than one style, so you can select whichever you please. But that's not the best part. Now with the Transcript Assist feature, you can voice record the whole lecture or whatever, and it will produce a transcript of whatever it has recorded. And it can distinguish between the voices and produce the transcript based on how many people were speaking. And even that's not it. If you go further, it will actually give you a summary of the whole conversation condensed into the main highlight points. Now that is something that I want in an iPhone like yesterday. The next AI feature is called Circle to Search, and you must have seen a million of those videos by now on social media. See, earlier, if you came upon something while browsing and it piqued your interest and you wanted to see where you can get it or what it is, you would take a screenshot and then use Google Lens or reverse image search or use your own imagination to write up a description in Google search. And then you have to go through all of the results to see if you can find what you are actually looking for. But now with Circle to Search, you can be in any app and you stumble across something interesting. You long press the home button, and then with the pen or your finger, you circle or tap or highlight the item in question on the screen and instantly have Galaxy AI scour the World Wide Web and bring you the results in a jiffy. It can be inside of a picture, you can be watching a video, you can do it there, it can be a text, it can be a location, it can be from messages, it doesn't matter. Galaxy AI can search anything from anywhere. Now that I think about it, it's kind of scary. How can I trust them with my data? I mean, what if it is using data from all of the smartphones as their database? I'm just kidding. I'm not scared. I know they do it already. But think about this. What if the images in my gallery become the search results for someone else's search? You can, however, turn off this feature or control it as per your liking from the settings. Moving on to the cameras, the Samsung S24 Ultra has a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 200 megapixels wide angle camera, a 50 megapixels camera with 5x optical and 10x optical quality zoom, another 10 megapixel camera with 3x optical quality zoom. Now, of course, optical quality means digital zoom, but this time enhanced with a little help from AI. Now, I'll tell you about the three things that I personally found the most interesting about the camera setup and the image editing with AI. Number one, the night photography. At least from the demos, it looks excellent. And this time, their full quality nightography and all of its features in their full glory are available on the in-app cameras in Instagram and Snapchat. Now that is a first. Number two, AI assisted picture editing. Now it can give suggestions based on the pictures, like there's too much glare, for example, and then you can execute the edit with a simple click. And that's not the best part. You can crop a picture and the Galaxy AI will fill the void for you by generating the missing background. That's like a couple of months worth of Photoshop training in a single click. You can even move around the subject in a picture and it will fill the void automatically. Number three and final is creating slow-mo videos from non-slow-mo videos. So when you record a slow-mo video with the slow-mo function in the camera, it basically records a video with 120 or 240 frames per second, and then it can slow it down by almost 10 times and still have a smooth flowing video. But that can't happen in a video recorded at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. The video keeps breaking and it's not really a video at that point. But the AI assist in the S24 can slow down a normal 30 or 60 frames per second video and generate the missing frames based on captured video to produce a smooth flowing slow-mo video. It can generate frames of videos. For example, if it is a 30 frames per second video and you want to slow it down, so basically it is going to generate about 180 extra frames for 1 second just based on that small video you gave it. Now that is commendable. The S24 and S24 Plus have all of these AI features but lack some of the cameras. They basically have a 50 megapixels wide angle camera, a telephoto lens with 3x optical and 2x optical quality zoom, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. On the front is a 12 megapixel selfie camera. Now to the part which no one really wants to know about or care, but it is actually the whole brain power behind the phone, the processor. All the S24 models run on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 3rd Gen, specifically made for the Galaxy. And in some regions, the S24 and the S24 Plus, they will run on the Exynos 2400. The Ultra and the S24 Plus will have 12 gigs of RAM and the S24 will have 8 gigs of RAM. All the phones are IP68 water and dust proof rated, and they can produce up to 2600 nits of brightness, which they say will be great for outdoor gaming, if that is a thing. Which also brings me to ray tracing. Now, following Apple, Samsung has also introduced ray tracing into their engines to boost their gaming capabilities and appeal more to mobile gamers. Once again, if that is a thing. Let's move on to the pricing. The S24 will start from $799, the S24 Plus from $999, and the Ultra from $1299 US. Finally, there was some talk about some sustainability, Samsung Health, yada yada, and the show ended with a tiny sneak peek of Samsung's next generation of fitness wearables, the Galaxy Ring. Well, that's all for today, folks. I really hope you enjoyed this video summary of the S24 Galaxy AI launch event. And I'll tell you something, for the first time in many years, I feel like they've actually taken a real step forward, other than the usual changes in design or adding more cameras or putting in a bigger processor. In the past, I feel like most of the things they introduced were more of gimmicks than actual features, like the time when they introduced the auto scrolling feature, when you would look down at the bottom of the screen and then the page would automatically scroll up. It never worked properly. Or with the iris scanner, or with the wave your hand to change the page or picture feature. They were all pretty much gimmicks. None of them actually worked efficiently. But this time, it really feels like it is a start of something new. And I hope it gets better, and I really hope Apple also follows. That's it for now, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit the like button below, share the video with your friends and family, and while you're at it, subscribe to MiiBooth and turn on all the notifications so you don't miss out any new videos. You can also follow me on other social media. All the links are in the description box below. You can click on the thumbnails on the screen to watch my other videos or check out my YouTube channel for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.